Welcome to the online classes of Deepal School Jasipur. Today we will read about SST of class 5. So this is your book Prachi Excellence in Social Studies 5. So all of you come to page 50. So this lesson is lesson 7, the temperate grasslands. It is about the prairies. So look at the map here. On the map you can see some green colors given in the map, and these are the grasslands, okay, which are in temperate zone. So let us see. We have already read about the different climatic zones prevailing in different parts of the world. Some parts of the world have extreme climates. So extreme climates means summers are too hot and winters are too cold. But instead of this extreme climates, there are some other places are there which are in the temperate zone, and in these zones the regions only grasses are grow there. So most of the grasslands of the world are found in the temperate zone. So the figures which you are looking at, these green colors, these are all belong to the temperate zone. They are present in the temperate zone, okay. So and on these temperate zones only grasses grow. That is why these areas are known as grasslands, and in different countries or different continents they are called in different names. So let us see what are they called in different continents. In North America they are known as prairies. So this is North America, here they are known as prairies. In South America they are called pampas. In Europe the grasslands are called steppes. In Africa the grasslands are called velds. In Australia they are called downs. So these are different names of the grasslands of different continents. So let us see about the grasslands of prairies. The grassland found in the interior of North America is called the prairie. It is a French word. So prairie is a French word, and this region is flat, gently sloping or hilly land, but most part prairies are treeless. So less number of trees are there. Treeless does not mean that there is no tree, but less number of trees are there, and low-lying plains are there. Flowing river, valleys, woodlands can be found. Tall grasses up to 2 meters high dominates the landscape. So this landscape is dominated by tall grasses which are up to 2 meters. Okay, their heights are 2 meters, just like the elephant grass, or you can say the tall grass. So let us see the location of these prairies. The prairies located are in the interior of North America and northern hemisphere. So in the northern hemisphere of North America they are present. The grasslands extend from Canada to Mexico. So you can say it is Canada to Mexico. So this much areas come under the grasslands or prairies. So prairies is from Canada. It is extended from Canada in the north to Mexico in the south. Before the arrival of Europeans, the region was used to be a grazing ground for animals like bison. So when the Europeans came here, before the Europeans came here, the region was used by the animals like bison for grazing. Today it is the biggest farming region of the world. So this is about the location. Let us see about the climate. What type of climate is found here? So being located in the heart of the continent, the region has an extreme type of climate. The summers are hot with temperature around 20 degrees Celsius, and winters are cold with temperature around minus 20 degrees Celsius. So climate is, as it is known as a temperate zone, but it has extreme type of climate. although it is 20 degrees Celsius in the summer season, but it is too hot in the summer, and in cold as it is given minus 20 degrees Celsius. That is why it is extremely cold. Moderate rainfall occurs mostly in summer. Moderate rainfalls, sometimes rainfall occur. There is occasional rainfalls in winter. Due to the absence of north-south barrier, a local wind, Chinook, blows in prairies grassland. So as there is no barrier, north-south barrier, no mountain is present there as barrier, which works as barrier. That is why a cold wind, that is called Chinook, it blows in the prairie grasslands. Okay, so vegetation. So let us see what are the vegetation of this area. There is snowfall during winter and rainfall is less. So in winter season snowfall is there. The summers are very warm. Such climate is good for growth of grasses. So that is why this place is very good for growth of grasses. Water is available in plenty from the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. So two rivers are there. One is Mississippi, another one is Missouri. And from these two rivers, abundant amount of water is provided to the grasslands. The main crops which are produced in the prairies are maize, wheat, barley, rye, oat, potatoes, soybean, cotton, alfalfa, and nutritious grasses. Nutritious grasses only for the cattle, for feeding the cattle. So this is about the vegetation. So wheat is the main crop of this prairies. It is produced in large quantity. So wheat is as it is the main crop or chief crop. It is cultivated in plenty. That is why the prairies is known as the wheat basket of the world. That is why this is known as wheat basket of the world. As most amount of wheat is cultivated only in the prairie area, that is why it is called wheat basket of the world. A large amount of surplus wheat is exported to other countries from this prairie region. So large cattle farms called ranches are looked after by sturdy men called cowboys. So you see this picture. So these people who are sitting on the horses and controlling large number of head of cows, they are known as cowboys. So bison or the American buffalo is most important animal of this region, and some other animals which are found here are rabbits, coyote, gophers, prairie dogs are also found in this region. Okay, so this is about the vegetation, the plant life and animal life of the prairies. In the next class we will discuss about the living of the people of the prairie region. Okay, this much for today, and thank you.